He hates Dunham, he hates Dunham, he hates Dunham, and he hates Dunham. The ship from Spurs, the ball is flight, but Willian, he saw the light. He got the call from Abramovich, and off he went to Stamford Bridge. He hates Dunham, he hates Dunham, he hates Dunham, and he hates Dunham. Guten Tag, welcome back to CFC TV. This is my review of the Chelsea versus Dynamo Kiev match. We won the game 2-1. And yeah, almost forgot how it feels to be winning. Fucking amazing as well, isn't it? So yeah, let's start with the lineup again. Begovic obviously goal with Courtois is still out injured. And then we saw a good change of lineup in the back four because it was Azpilicueta back at right back, Zuma and John Terry started as centre backs, and Baba Rahman started at left back. Yeah. Then holding midfielders were Nemanja Matic and Ramirez, which to be honest I expected. Then on the left wing, Oscar started. Number 10 was Cesc. And on the right wing, obviously, Willian and Costa up front. To be honest, I did expect that. I did want that lineup, especially with the back four, except that I would have played Hazard instead of Oscar because I feel like Oscar is just a little bit too slow to play on the wing. He was decent in the first half, but in the second half, he really didn't do anything, to be honest. But yeah. You know. But when I saw the lineup, I was like, can Baba really deal with Yarmolenko? I wasn't too sure about it, but I have to admit, he was class. He was top class. He dealt with him perfectly. But yeah, let's get into the game. We did dominate the first half clearly, but we didn't create any chances, to be honest. Not big ones, anyways. Oscar had a chance after an Azpilicueta cross, a difficult volley, but he hit it straight at the keeper. The thing, I did get a little bit annoyed with Costa, especially in the first half, also in the second half, but in general, to be honest. He's just never in the box. He's always out wide or at the edge of the box. When he's on the ball, at least today, he was really good with the ball. Like, great runs with the ball, going around people, cutting in, playing decent crosses. But if he, the biggest man in our, like, attacking force, basically, isn't in the box, how are we going to score from crosses? That doesn't make any sense. As I said, he is decent when he's got the ball, but he's still missing inside the box then. And he's also a little bit too slow when he gives the ball to another player to get into the box after that. That's just a little bit annoying to me. I know it must be difficult for a striker to, if he doesn't get any service, which he hasn't this season, let's be honest, not a lot anyways, to stay in the box and just wait for that one or two balls that he will get in one game. Or hopefully he will get. But that's what he has to do. None of us are going to blame him if he's not scoring, if he's not getting any service. But if he is there for that one ball that he will receive during the game, and he scores that, that's what he has to do. He has to stay in the box. I know it's basically playing with one man less if he's not being, utilised. But it's really getting on my nerves. Like, just stay in the box for fuck's sake. And what Elliot from SW6 said, that he doesn't jump for balls. I agree with that, because today there was so many times that Begovic had hit the ball long, really. And obviously I still think Begovic has to work on those because they hardly ever hit Costa, and they usually just go to a defender or for some reason the winger, which he's never going to win that. But still, Costa just doesn't jump for them. I don't know if he's trying to chest the ball down to do more with it. But if he sees that he's not going to reach it with his chest, if it's too high up, you have to jump for the ball. It's not gonna. And he realized that he has to realize by now that he's never getting those free kicks of people leaning on him or whatever. He's never getting them because it's not a foul. It's a big strike against a big defender. The referee's never going to give that. But yeah, the first goal came from an own goal from my countryman Dragovic after a good cross by Willian, but Dragovic tried to head it, but he hit it in the goal. So obviously we were a bit lucky there, but I felt we really deserved to go up a goal. But as I said, we didn't really have many chances, but we still played very well until around the box. To be honest, like we did have some fluid football. But it just didn't really end up being a good chance. Then the second half started and no changes made for us. And we started the game well again. Who had the good chance? Willian had a decent header after Costa cross, but he was, really, the defender was really close to him and he couldn't get proper power on him and power on it, and the keeper just stopped it. And then after corner, I think, or was it a free kick? I'm pretty sure it was a corner. Zuma, no, it was a free kick. My bad. Zuma, he probably should have scored there. He got a touch to the ball inside the 6-yard box and he hit it wide. Should have scored there, but it's difficult because there's other players trying to get ahead to it, and he doesn't know if anyone's going to get the touch to it. So you have to react really quickly, and obviously you can't just put your foot where the ball is going to land if nobody gets a touch to it, because then if someone gets a slight touch to it and you have to move 30 centimeters to get the touch and put it in, everyone is going to be like, well, what are you doing? So it is really difficult, but still, I feel like he should have scored. And then we had a difficult 20 minutes because they were really all over us at that point. I don't exactly know why. We just couldn't get the ball out of the box. Yeah, but whenever we hit it long, it never we couldn't keep it. And they started another attack and another attack. And they scored from a corner, which was a little bit stupid. Terry sort of tried to head it to Begovic. Begovic tried to catch it, but it just slipped out of his arm, and they had a corner and they scored from it. Then he sort of tried to make up for it and went out of his goal, tried to punch it away, but he missed it. And then Dragovic, funnily enough, made up for his mistake in the first half, and then just hit it in an empty net, to be honest. But then Mr. Consistent, Mr. He hates fucking Tottenham, showed up again and scored his 5th goal of the season and his 5th free kick of the season. Another great one. Not as good as the Southampton one. Not as good as the... Was it against Southampton? I think so. Not as good as the Porto one, but another great free kick. A great free kick again. And yeah, it was after 84 minutes. After we conceded the 1-1, Hazard and Pedro came on for Oscar and Fabregas. And Hazard looked really lively. I liked it. He was playing well. He could have gotten 2 assists and maybe 1 goal. But again, Costa wasn't in the box. Or he was in the box, but too late. He wasn't in the 6-yard box where he should have been in that low, I don't know how to say it in English. He just passed it. Hazard was cutting in, was at the goal line basically, touch line, and he just passed it in a low cross basically, and in the 6-yard box, and Costa just wasn't there, and nobody else was. But he's the striker, so he's the one that actually should be there. If anyone else is there, great, but he's the one who should be there. And if he's not there, you're blaming him for him, because you're not blaming, I don't know, Pedro or Willian for not being in the 6-yard box, because they have, from the original position, have a much longer way to end up there than Costa does. But yeah, he looked lively to me. Pedro didn't really get the ball much, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, we finally won. To the players individually, Begovic, obviously, he made the mistakes that led to the goal, but he had 1 or 2 good saves. As I said, I still think he needs to work on his kicks. Aspilicueta was great. Zuma had an amazing tackle. They played a through ball between Aspi and Zuma, and he was a good 5 yards behind him, and he just fucking sprinted past him. Then inside the box, he started sliding basically next to him, and then when he was just ahead of him, he just put his foot out like this and got the ball away. One of the best tackles I've ever seen. Close to as good as the one he had against Arsenal against Walcott, and that was one out of a tackle as well. Baba, as I said, he did very well. I didn't expect it against Yarmolenko, to be honest, but he did very well. I'm not sure if he's yet ready to play in a physical against a physical team like Stoke on the weekend. I'm not sure if he's up for that, but I was surprised with him today, and I think if he keeps working like this, he'll definitely come good. Matic was decent, I think. Nothing special, but not bad, definitely. Ramirez, comparing it to the other performances of the last few games, he was not as good, but still alright, I guess. Willian, obviously, by far the man of the match. He hit the cross that led to the own goal. He scored the goal. He was by far the best player again. Fabregas, in the first half especially, he covered 6.6 kilometers of ground and had 87% of pass completion. Like, that's class. Um, I think it was decent. I think it was good, actually. Um, maybe he, I don't know what how you could blame it to him, because obviously he's playing the number 10, so he should sort of provide Costa with service. But I didn't see any situation where I was like, well, he could have passed it to Costa in a better way or something. So I was happy with him. Oscar, he was okay in the first half, but in the second half he wasn't there. As I said, I don't think he's a winger. He just doesn't work there for me. And Costa, well, I think he was a worse player today. As I said, when he was on the ball, and he was good. His pressing is amazing. He sprints like he sprints the hell out of himself, basically. But just drifting wide and not jumping for balls, like, and not like that. But even if Jose could do something about it, telling him to stay in the box and jump for balls. But it's not just that. If other players like John Terry or Fabregas, who are leaders, see that he's not doing it, they should just remind him of doing it. I don't know if he's too ignorant to listen to them, but I think he would. You know, that's something that maybe if Jose says that he does it, and maybe Jose talks to John Terry and Fabregas, that they should sort of help him remember that, basically. Maybe that would help, but I don't know. Hazard came on, as I said, he looked lively. Pedro, well, he just came back from injury, so I didn't really expect much. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't the greatest performance. It definitely wasn't the greatest opponent, but it was a very much needed win, very much needed, and we got it. We're now second in the group. If we win the next two matches, and we either win against Porto if they beat Dynamo Kiev, which I do expect, to be honest, at home in Porto. If we beat Porto 1-0 or by more than one goal, then we will go top of the group if we beat Tel Aviv. Because obviously, not obviously, but like it goes to the like direct comparison. So because we lost to Porto 2-1, if we win 1-0 at home, we scored. It's basically like in a knockout stage on the away goals, because we scored one in Portugal. We would be top of the group. So and obviously if we win 2-0 or 3-1 or whatever by 2 goals different, then we're obviously top of the group as well. So we can still get top of the group. I do believe that we can, but let's see what happens. The main thing is that we qualify, and yeah, and I don't know if all of you have seen the not press conference, the post match interview of Jose Mourinho. They asked the interviewer asked him about the fans, because they were top class, especially to him today. Like Jose Mourinho chants, stand up for the special one chants all game long, and you could see like the camera like filmed him like appreciating it and everything. But he just talked about it that it's not normal in a situation like this. That the fans are still behind the manager like this, and he was like, well, maybe they don't read papers or they don't listen to TV or to pundits or to commentators. He still prefers them to support the team, but obviously appreciates it because it's not normal. And he said he will always give everything until the day he leaves. If it's in 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, whatever, he will always give everything for the fans and for the club. So to be honest, I felt really emotional hearing that, because Jose doesn't often talk about how he feels about the support, and to hear him say that he really appreciates it. Like, obviously, I'm not at Stamford Bridge, so I'm not really a part of what he appreciates, because he can't hear me supporting him, which I do. But he can't hear me. But still, I felt emotional hearing that, because it was just great to see him a little bit touched by how much the fans support him, even with this bad run of form, even with all the speculation of him being sacked and everything. And I do hope and I do believe that Roman and the board realise how much the fans are actually behind him. Because I think those 40,000 in the stadium, I don't think there was 1,000 people that didn't sing his name. Like, even old people or small kids, everybody was singing his name. That's what it felt like anyways. And if the fans are that much behind the manager, 40,000 fans can't be wrong. Like, some of them know stuff about football. and probably more than some people of football clubs board, if I'm honest. So I just feel like we have to stick with him. Obviously, he picked up a ban for the Stoke game, but he can still appeal it. And obviously, if he appeals it, it doesn't, it might like get to the next game. If it like his appeal doesn't go through, it will still, while he's appealing it, while they're like reviewing the appeal and maybe trying to decide again, um, he still might be on the bench against Stoke. But if he isn't, he'll obviously gonna give his team talk. And as Jose said before, Rui Faria is he's so much like him. He's gonna know what to do. So obviously Jose's gonna pick the team. Jose's gonna give the team talk. Jose's gonna motivate the team. So it's not that much different, if I'm honest, because Jose isn't like, at least as of late, in the like since he's been back, he hasn't been like the one who's been shouting like a mad one on the touchline, telling his players what to do. So yeah, I don't know what to expect from the Stoke game, because as was it Glenn Huddle? I'm not sure. He said that he's not sure if, even if Hazard and Pedro came on and Hazard did play well, if they're going to start against Stoke, because Stoke is such a physical team. Maybe we need to hold against that, which is obviously, in my opinion, it's a little bit of the wrong way, because we are the much better team. So we should just stamp our mark on the game and not let them do that. So I don't know what to expect, but I'm just hoping for a win. Let's hope we can like push on from this. Obviously, we had the same situation against Tel Aviv. We had the same situation after we beat Arsenal. We had the same situation after Aston Villa. We had countless moments, countless games like this, and then we thought we are going to kick on. But maybe this is the time. So yeah, thank you for watching. Leave everything you have to say in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Obviously, every sub will be highly appreciated. And yeah, see you guys next time for a review of the Stoke match on Saturday.